Hi guys, Dave here with a country guitar lick for you. Recently I've been playing a song called Mercury Blues by Alan Jackson, and it's got some great country licks provided by Brent. So I thought I'd show you one of them today. It's basically a lick in D. You can think of it tonality wise as D MkII, and it's a nice little double stop run. And I think it just happens at the end of a chorus. So I'll just go through it nice and slowly, and then let's break it down. Now, one thing I should mention is that the guitar is tuned in drop D. So basically, all that means is that the 6th string E is tuned down to a D note. So, great for anything that's in D. Get some nice low licks going on. Okay, so now Brent, he uses a thumb pick, and I think it'll probably be his middle and ring fingers when he plays these sort of things. I'm going to use hybrid picking, so I've just got a regular pick, and I'm using middle and ring fingers for the double stops. So the tab will be up here, of course. So basically we just start with a slide. Then we got our, that's 9th fret on the A, and then we just bowing across fret 7 on the B and G strings, which I'm playing with my 2 fingers. Then we just take that shape, move it down, 7 on the A, and then 5 on the B and G. Then this is like a little backslide into 5 on the A. This little double stop here, 3 on the B and 4 on the G string. Then we're going to play the open D. And then you get this little chromatic thing. So you're going to keep your finger down on the D note, the 3rd fret on the B. And then on the G string, we're just going 2, 1, 0. And you're plucking those 2 strings together. Then a little quarter note bend on the 3rd fret of the D. Open D. And then on the A, we're just going 3, 2, 0. And then 2nd fret on the low D string, just going to bend it up a half step and release it. And then open D. I think when I did the slow playthrough, I might have bent it up a whole tone instead of just a semitone. So you can do either, being honest with you. Ooh. That's a whole tone. And or semitone. Very easy to overbend when you're using a drop D tuning, as I'm showing you right now. So if you're doing the 1-step bend, then you've got to be quite, it doesn't take very much at all. So just a small amount of effort to pull it down. So that's the lick. Let's talk a little bit about the thinking behind it. Basically, he's just using these little double stops, which are basically thirds in D MkII. Great little thing to do is maybe to learn all those little thirds in the key, because you can really expand on that. So if I go up D MkII wise, which your parent key, by the way, would be G. But D MkII is the best way to think of this. And you can have all sorts of funs just doing like descending things with those sets of thirds, you know. And you could just, a simple thing might be just going between the open D string and those little third shapes. And you can build up all sorts of licks. And that's basically what he's doing there. So that's one component of the lick, and the other thing is obviously the hybrid picking, but I love these sort of things where he does these little chromatic There's a little bit of kind of blues scale in there, really, in D. So it's well worth mentioning that when you're kind of doing these country licks, there's a kind of Mixolydian major sound, but there's also kind of that blues approach where you're using the minor pentatonic or the blues scale in conjunction with those, and that's what really gives these country licks their flavour. I think is a real mix of that. And anything that involves chromatics is always great fun. So yeah, as you can see, you could just by noodling around in that little area, you can get some great little licks out of that. Incidentally, on the record, when he does that little, he picks everything. I have a tendency when I play this live is to make that last one a little pull off. And I just like the sound of it, but feel free to do it whatever way you want. Anyway, there you go, Brent Mason lick in the key of D. Have fun guys, and I'll see you for another one real soon.